what, you were 21 when I met you and I was 17? Now I'm 28 and he's 32. We started talking about making a band together, and a lot of the songs that we have now, it's like, it's been 11 years old now. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. We wanted to. We had a lot of our old friends in our groups actually played drums, played bass, sang all these different things, but it just, we never really played actually stuff like this.
So like a lot of musicians who end up meeting, who didn't like, go to school together. I know some of those guys went to high school together. I met Chris on a Craigslist ad because I'd recently moved back to Houston after being away for some time, and I was like really trying to get into music, and I was looking for people to join, to jam with, see where things went.
So when I first met the band, I was kind of unsure about how things were going to go when I first joined. I was at the time in a different band. As soon as I started to express myself with the guys, it just felt like I was at home. Everybody was so sweet to me, and even with recording, it just felt like I was more alive musically.
When we dropped The Storm, I think we had a lot of good positive feedback. I feel like there was finally a step forward from where we have gone before to now. It kind of, I guess, it scratched that long-needed itch. From then on, I think it's been really, really positive,
It definitely boosted my confidence because it was actually finally seeing the pieces of the puzzle of the band finally come together. After that, we actually got the first real music video, which was Won't Go Back, and that went phenomenally. It actually helped me close a lot of doors personally, and also it helped me explain to a lot of people what I was dealing with.
It was really fun to be part of this thing because my other project hasn't gotten to the point of shooting a music video yet, so that was my first music video myself. It was just an awesome time. It felt really organic when we did it, even though I expected to be much more scripted and planned, but we just did a really organic kind of fun thing, and I think it shows that we were just having a good time. And
then once Envy came out, we finally had people actually coming to the shoot. We had fans, we had people who were engaging with us, waiting for the next thing to come out. The second song, it just started to build the story that we're making right now.
I think that's when it really kicked to me, actually came to me, you know what if we do something like that? And we were all kind of fucked up in our own way, because every musician, regardless of what you say, is kind of fucked up in the head some way. Not in a good way, not in a bad way, but it just depends on the situation you get into. It's like you want to talk about it, and sometimes it really is hard to talk about stuff, but when you play, it's like, oh shit, this is so freeing. I can talk about it and people will kind of listen.
It's a story I'm really enjoying telling. As I got into music, my first album, my solo project, is a concept album. So when Chris came to me and said he was working on a concept album, I was like, great, I'd love to work on someone else's concept.
It completely changed the game for us, and I feel like it gave all of us the spark to start our first show.
So when we first did our show, the first show that we did, which was the Uber Fest, which was fucking fun. It was really, really fun because it was like, hell yeah, dude, metal and anime together, that's it's fucking great.
It was the first show, and we were all dressed in costumes, so even though all of us were fucking nervous as shit to do our first show ever, I didn't have to pretend like, oh yeah, I've played millions of times, we're good. It just felt natural. And the crowd, all the songs that we had built up at this point that we gave to the audience, they actually sang along. I've never had people sing along with me. It just made me want to create so much more for them.
I think when that happened, we weren't really expecting everyone to be there, but we were pretty surprised that everybody there was actually in the front just waiting for us to play, which him and I weren't really used to that.
It's been immensely positive. People are always coming up to us. All the members are getting a lot of praise from people.
We have an album coming out soon. It's a whole story. So every video and every song is going to have a video to it to actually have that. And that's something that's going to be really fun to see actually collectively. So right now, the next one is going to be Narcissistic into Life Before Death. I think what we're doing is every song is going to be kind of just about one person, so we can kind of get an idea. But now it's kind of incorporating our new drummer into it and kind of into the story, and kind of okay, well, what can we do to make that maybe about him to kind of connect it all together?
The goal for next year is to finish our first album. Something is coming, and so far it seems like it's going pretty good. It's going to be so worth it. The payoff is just going to be awesome.
So my goal for next year, honestly, we should be able to get the rest out by next year. I'm personally really interested in collaboration. So this is kind of a band goal. I'd love to have other vocalists, have feature on a song that we make, or have myself or Darcy feature on other people's songs, and build that network, because musicians these days are doing features, which I love to see. So I want us to have, to take part in that collaborative community.
I want us to fully make like the old school 2000s, like there's a picture of us and behind that is a goofy picture of us. And then on the CD, there's like a picture. It just looks cool. It all comes together. Almost looks like you could sell it at a Walmart. I don't want to be in the parking lot selling it, I want to be in the shelves. That's the goal.